Hello, I'm Lori Piper, and I'm here with Sunshine, who is a medium, energy healer, teacher, and holistic spiritual soul life coach. She's also the founder of Infinity Soul Connection and a co-author in the Energy Medicine Solution book. Her chapter is chapter 24, The Divine Bubble of Protection, Gratitude and Grieving. And I have to say, it's a wonderful chapter. I loved it. She's been open to her soul gifts since birth, creating her unique ability to work with pure acceptance and a heart full of pure love. The services she provides are mediumship, divine readings, energy healing, cellular releases, house clearings, energy clearings, past life sessions, meditations. She has a wonderful Infinity Soul Connection group signature program that she does either one-on-one or in group sessions. She has workshops. She does public speaking, virtual events, teaching and training, modules and training, and healing breakthrough methods. Goodness, Sunshine, you have so much going on. I love it.
Oh, thank you, Lori, for having me here today. I'm so delighted and happy. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love your energy and I love whenever, yes, we connect. So thank you.
Yes. Back at you. So how'd you get started in this energy work anyway?
The energy work. Well, I have always just known the energy work, and I was born, and when I was born and came into the physical, I was born with cerebral palsy. The cord was wrapped around my neck. So I had to learn how to function, right? To work and coordinate my mind with my body, to be able to talk and walk. And I was an Easter Seals child till I was 18. But throughout that, I believe that we're divine souls here for a human experience. So most of us through the human experience get closed down from our spiritual gifts or from that connection from the divine. But my parents really supported me on to be me, and they allowed me to talk to the divine. They allowed me to play with fairies. They allowed me 100% to be me. So actually, I only had spirit as teacher. I didn't know anything different until I was about 21. And when I found out that everybody wasn't tapped into their spiritual gifts or their soul connection, 21 was a really hard age for me to process that, to, realize that. So I just continued. I was sad about that, but spirit was always my teacher. I was actually 35 when I discovered like spiritual teachers and spiritual mentors and realized that I had a choice to open and close. Other than that, I was always working with spirit, right? I worked with people here, but spirit just as equally. But whenever I was called, I was called. So I have not known anything but this, right? And it is a mission of mine to have people, and especially the time is now, the way things are, and to be, connected to all their bodies and systems and to the divine and to their empowerment and their expansiveness, and to live from their true essence and be a whole being. So that is how, yes. Yeah.
And, and that's beautiful that your parents allowed you to be you, because too often, parents, in an effort to do what's best for the child, will train them to be like they were, or to, sometimes it's to be afraid of stuff like that, or, oh, that's not real. Or so it's just wonderful and beautiful that you were given the space to be you.
Yes. Yeah, it is very, very beautiful. And I wish that everybody could experience that with their parents. I did that with my children. And it's very important for me too. of the generations of the kids to remain open. And, you know, that's something I offer with Infinity Soul Connection. Any adult that comes into the program, actually, I will work with the children. If they're opened and have questions, I'll work with them on a weekly basis too. So
Nice.
free of charge, because they are our next generation. And there's
Yes.
really gifted souls always coming in and always have been coming in. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. And you know, in your chapter, you had, and I'm paraphrasing here because I don't remember the exact quote, but you were going through the results of the storm, and you said two things came up. One was, this is the way things are, and you can be stuck in it, or you can change it. And what are you going to do? You know, so we have choices. And the reason I bring that up is because you mentioned the world today. And I feel like a lot of people are really stuck in this energy of bad politics and, you know, scandals and, you know, reality TV. I mean, goodness gracious, can we make it any worse?
Yeah. Lori, can you imagine if we turned on the TV and all we heard were all the miracles that happened in the day? Nothing but all the miracles. We would heal Mother Earth. We would evolve, heal, and love our souls and do everything that we're supposed to be here. That vibration and frequency and that energy coming to Earth, that's never celebrated, right? We're only instilled with fear all the time, and we're conditioned that way. And yeah, fear is just there as, yeah, the human experience, and it's a survival, right? Is there a tiger gonna eat me right now? But society, right, and everything has taken that and gained a lot of control. And it's something that hasn't just recently happened. It's been happening for years and years, but that disempowerment is even more so as of now, in the vibration of fear. For what has happened over the last few years, through that experience in the last few years, I remember there was a moment that I felt gratitude, right, of a vibration and frequency that I have never physically in this lifetime experienced here. So that was beautiful.
Yes.
But because of what was happening in the world is why, you know, I chose to go on to line, right, to do the Infinity Soul Connection program, is because somebody can come in, or I can meet with somebody, no matter if it's mediumship or energy healing or release work, but then they go back out into the world, into society, into their conditioned self, into that comfort zone. And I didn't want to just have people feel good for a moment. I would like them to feel that for the rest of their lives. And we all have the ability to heal, right? It's all within us. And yeah.
It's beautiful. And, you know, one of the reasons why people go back to their old conditioned selves, which are keeping them in fear and keeping them stuck, is because when, you know, when we go, and I'm sure you run into this on occasion, when we go out as healers and talk about energy healing, people will look at us like we have three heads. And sometimes people will even be like, are you kidding me? That's not real. That's just voodoo, or, you know, and so it can be daunting for someone who is just learning this stuff, that they feel threatened if they talk about it to other people, or if they don't blend in again with, you know, their circle of friends, their circle of influence.
Yes, and
So,
feel very judged. Yes, we've been very conditioned to think it's not a good thing, but that's where our empowerment is. That's where our uniqueness is. That is where our expansiveness is. That is when we're one, right? We can't just live in the physical. We cannot just let our physical body overrule everything else, right? We have to balance and harmonize all the different bodies and systems out and experience what we can while we're here in the physical.
Absolutely. And that's where miracles happen, right?
Yes, miracles and magic, they're happening all the time and every day. But it's really hard to see that, right? If we've been, we've been carrying stuff, say ancestral, generational, or instilled in us, right? Things start getting instilled when we're birthed, right? When we come out of this nice, comfortable womb. There's so much else going on up in the divine. There's 9-10 months to get here, or else because we're lowering our vibration and frequency to come, or else we wouldn't be able to, because it's just so much, right? And you think about it, instantly as soon as we're born, we're coming out of that warm womb, and then we're getting like dried off and things shoved up our nose and down our throat, and we've got to wear diapers. We're depending on somebody else to feed us for survival, and it just rolls from there, right? So we all have gifts, and we can get stuck, we can disconnect from that. And that is what my mission is, to be able to connect and to do everything from a pure love and pure acceptance, and turn our experiences and our transitions into lessons, treasures, and gifts, because that's the love and healing and evolving of our soul.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And as part of your mission, I understand you have a workshop coming up. It's Wednesday, June 28th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's called Simply Allow Complete Cellular Release. Can you tell us more about that and what people who attend the workshop can expect?
Yes, I'm so excited about it, to be doing it with the Energy Medicine Solution Series workshop. So I'm very excited about that. And I do that often one-on-one or with groups or in workshops. And where it stemmed from is it's another beautiful gift that was shared from Spirit. I think it was about 2007. I found if people were coming in for mediumship work, divine readings, or energy work, they would be there presently with me. But and their soul really wanted the work done, and it was their soul allowing for the work to happen, but they were maybe being guarded, and I had to use energy to go in and take away those, like, say if there was walls or blocks to be able to access. Or if that wasn't happening, I found that this divine information was coming through for love and healing. And if it was a beloved one, it helps them heal and evolve too from where they are. But sometimes it would just go right over, the person down here in the physical's head, right? Or just go around them. So I talked to Spirit, and I was like, Spirit, I love what I do, but I'm not willing to put energy into, right, like doing this work. And it's just, so I said, please help me. So that's when they started sharing cellular releases. I do many different forms of cellular releases, but the Simply Allow Complete Cellular Release was shared by Spirit. And it's something that constantly changing depending on the person I'm working with, or the group, or the workshop. And it's about, so think of if we have a full glass and we continue to fill it, right? What happens is it overflows. It can't take any more in. Well, with our bodies and systems all being energy, that is how the cellular releases work too, is our bodies and systems can't take any more. Where you're just vibrating, you're thinking, oh, I can't take any more, I can't do anymore. You get that overwhelm, you get that stress, you're scattered, you can't think straight. Or maybe you're having a reaction that's taking you out of yourself, and you feel angry and frustrated, and that's kind of coming out, and then you're feeling bad about it. Or maybe you're blaming other people. That's because your bodies and systems are so full. Or maybe you have like pain in your body, your shoulder's always hurting, or your knee, or you have chest pains, or you always have this migraine. That's because of stuck energy. That's because our bodies and systems are so tight and full, right? Energy is always flowing, always changing, always in movement. That's how our bodies and systems are to be too. So just thinking of something, we have an experience, and then it causes thoughts, right? And then we have feelings around that. But if we don't, if we just associate it from our feeling, or we think, oh my goodness, I'm not going to allow myself to be angry and frustrated, it's still there. It's still in our bodies and systems. It's still vibrating. It still has a frequency to it. And actually, that's where our treasures and gifts and lessons are to evolve our soul. So we kind of hoard in our system, which causes the dis-ease in our flow of energy. So that's where pain comes from, because it's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, instead of going through the flow, right? So with the Simply Allow Complete Cellular Release, it goes in and looks at layers with love, ease, and grace, not having to go open a can of worms, because your soul's already did it. It's already been there, and we're just replaying it. So our soul's kind of like this. So when we go in and do energy work, you know, our souls did it. So it's not opening a can of worms. It's not going through the situation. It's all it's doing is healing it, right? Letting it go, giving it back to Mother Earth in love, ease, and grace to be dissolved. So what happens is when we're hanging on to things, yes, we get pain in our body. Our energy can be defragmented, and it can be everywhere because we haven't healed different things, or we're not, you know, doing things for us or receiving from others, right? And it just, our energy goes everywhere. And Simply Allow Complete Cellular Release allows you to go in and see upon layers of what is there, and having you acknowledge, accept it, allow it, and honor it, and just let it go, right? So it has the word cellular in there too, because we can, some of us are older souls here, as far as we've had many lifetimes. Others are newer here, right? And we carry one cell from lifetime to lifetime. So in that cell, right, there can be things that we've haven't healed from other lifetimes. So it has the grace, love, and ease of being able to go in and heal things from past lifetimes too. Not that we need to get into any of that. And if we did at any time, it's love, ease, and grace, right? Our soul already knows, our souls already did it. It just needs us in this human experience to be like, haha, okay, and connect those dots, right? And yeah, let it go.
I love that. I mean, I'm getting chills. But, you know, we hear about karma and, you know, past lives and stuff like that. And I just love how you explain that, you know, there's always one cell coming from the past life, and it's there to also help us heal as well. Yeah, I love that. It was just, like I said, I was getting chills.
Yes. Yeah. And from this workshop too, right? You're given a technique that's been shared from spirit years and years ago, and you can go in and do it at any time, or listen to the recording and do it at any time. And it's giving you tools. It's giving you a new self-awareness. It's giving you a higher consciousness. It's allowing you to choose what you're going to put your energy into, whom you're going to put your energy into. The self-awareness of you need to be number one, right? The more that everything has to come from the inner and then outer, right? And it's all a ripple effect. And we're creating our human experience while here, right? So if we're cluttered up, we can't take in we don't have room in our bodies and systems to take in the things that we need as of now, because it's stuck and it's kind of replaying and causing us pain, which shuts down the aura, right? Like closes it all in, gets our meridians, our chakra systems all messed up, right? It might affect our senses as far as smell, taste. We can't be present on all the elements and equal those out. And we're not connected with the subtle bodies, right? So doing this work and stepping into this work just purely opens us, right?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
So you brought up a good point. Now, if somebody is excited about this, as they should be, but they're like, oh, I'm not going to be available on that date and time.
Mhm.
You mentioned a recording. So will they get the
Yes.
recording? Can they sign up and still learn from your wisdom through the recording?
Yes, they can. It will be available for them. So that is beautiful.
Yes.
And it's their divine timing, right? If it's something that you can't be there physically, time's just an illusion anyways. So, it has to be divine timing for you. It has to be when you can do it. So yes, that will be available.
Excellent, excellent. And I just want to make one more comment with regard to energy. What you've been saying about energy and the blockages. And it's really funny. I just find it funny how people will say, oh, I have no energy. And when in reality, what you're saying is, no, you've got so much in there, so much going on that it can't move. And it gets stuck. So it's not, I don't have energy. It's like, it's not moving. It's not being released through, emotions, movement, being out in nature, whatever, helps you to connect again. Yeah, it was beautiful. Right?
Yes.
So now,
Yes, and we got to make room in our bodies and systems all the time because we are energy. So we need to be in flow.
yes, absolutely. So now all this wisdom, all this great stuff to share. If someone wanted to connect with you, how would they find you or contact you?
Well, I am on Facebook, so they can message me on Facebook under Sunshine Lane. I do have a free Facebook group that I do lives on every Wednesday at 11:11. And the private Facebook group is called Soul Connection Seekers. So you can always request to join there. And my website is www.infinitysoulconnection.com. And my email is infinitysoulconnection@gmail.com. So they can always get hold of me. Now, how to register for the workshop. I will put that link in the comments below and they can check it out and register there.
Yes, it's going to be amazing, I am sure. And I love anytime I hear your company title, Infinity Soul Connection, I get chills because we need more of that soul connection in the world today. Just absolutely need that soul connection. We need to know it's okay to talk to strangers, We're always taught, don't talk to strangers. It's okay. It's okay to hug a tree. I love in your chapter you were saying you would hug trees. I hug trees when I'm hiking and a tree is helping me, get over a rock or something. I thank the tree. It's, that's Mother Nature connection. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes. Yeah. And Mother Earth, she has us here as guests, right? To be able to love and heal and evolve our soul. And we wouldn't be able to do that or be in the physical without her. So Mother Earth and the divine and the in-between is also equal and important to me. And all the work that I do, it's that is all interconnected. It's all a huge piece, right? That infinity.
Yes. Yes. I love it. I love it. So anything else
thank
you
you
want
so much, Lori.
Oh, you're welcome. I was just going to ask if there's anything else you wanted to share. And so we'll see you at the workshop.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. And everybody have a magical day. And I love you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.